Our first guest is James Fox. Do I have it right?
James Scott.
Ah, darn it. We practiced it so many times,
It's
too.
all good.
James Scott. James Scott. Yeah, James Fox couldn't make it today, so we called you to sit in.
You know, I could be DJ Fox.
DJ Fox. So.
Yeah.
Now, DJ, what is this thing? You have the little 45s and you spin them and put the needle on? Is that what a DJ does?
That is definitely a form of DJing, but I personally, I'm more modern. I
technological?
Use technological. I use an Apple computer. I have real high-end Yamaha speakers, JBL powered speakers, dance floor lighting, the whole thing. But back when I started in the CD era.
And
we had to carry around all the crates of CDs, break your back and everything.
Now it's just a computer, so a laptop?
Computer yeah. Yep.
The laptop, you tuck it under your arm and go.
And go for it. But no, there's a lot of equipment, though, a lot of setup that is involved.
Now, you do a lot of different kinds of events, which we'll talk about. But let's start with the example of a wedding. That's where I see the most DJs.
Yes.
So how do you pick the songs for the wedding?
Well, basically, I talk with the bride and groom, find out what their music taste is, and find out what kind of music they don't like, so I make sure I don't play, some songs that they just,
or they might find offensive.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want any tomatoes or tomato cans thrown at me.
So. Don't blame the DJ. The bride picked the music. Now, when you're DJing, do the people ever jump up and dance, or they kind of let's see that picture there. This is one of your weddings, right?
That's one of the weddings. That's where the bride was leading the dancing. She had a little group dance going, and my number one goal is to get everybody ages, 7 to 70 on the dance floor at the same time, having a good time.
Is this like a first dance or something?
That's a first dance.
A special song for that.
Yes. And I work with each individual wedding or couple to make sure that I have the same or have the music that they want.
Now, this is somebody getting married. You don't perform the ceremony.
No, that was an awesome wedding out in Santa Cruz. That was January of this year, just absolutely amazing. And
is it a little foggy in the background?
No, that's the ocean.
That's the ocean.
There were
surfer
goodness. Dudes right behind them.
Oh, wow! So she's in short sleeves. So is it too cold?
No, it wasn't very cold. It was nice. Beautiful day. No rain or anything, and it was a really cool wedding because there was about 100 people. You can't see them, but they were all on the sides.
Let's
watching.
Come back to us for a minute, Robert. Back to the hosts here, or the guest and the host. I don't want them to see what's up there next. If you just saw that, erase it from your mind. We're going to talk about that in a bit. So you do weddings. And now I've been to a couple of shows lately, and the sound is bad. But it sounds like you have that worked out.
Yeah, I have top-of-the-line equipment. My favorite is Yamaha. I use Yamaha powered speakers, JBL powered speakers.
How big are they?
I run off of two 12-inch speakers, and I have a subwoofer, but usually for a wedding, my two powered speakers, the sound is awesome, so I don't really need to add sometimes the subwoofer could be, it's more for bigger events like, Relay for Life or...
Big outdoor. And let's move on and talk about some of your other events. By the way, is it possible some people can't hear the woofer? I don't hear a lot of bass tones very well.
Oh, yeah. Repeat that question, sorry.
Is it possible some people can't hear the woofer? Sometimes I can't hear low tones very well.
Oh, yeah. It depends. I always try to make sure the balance is really good.
I think I listened too close to the speakers at too many rock and roll shows. In the 70s. I'm from the 70s.
You're a rocker through and through.
Yes, I don't hear it so well anymore. So besides weddings, which is probably a big part of your business, you do other things, like big public events. You said Relay for Life.
Yep, Relay for Life. I'm doing the MS Walk this in April in Modesto. Relay for Life out in Mountain House, Relay for Life in, I believe it's Rancho Cordova. So I do try to give back a lot to the community, veterans, school events. I always... And
excuse me for not really getting the DJ thing. What would a DJ do at Relay for Life?
Relay for I basically MC the thing.
And keep things moving.
Keep things moving. I'm a goofball, so I always like to try to, if I could say something off the wall that's, family-oriented and funny, I try to say it.
I thought maybe you were there to make people run faster.
Well, I do that too.
Get them moving faster, play the faster and faster music.
I play the Eye of the Tiger, try to get the...
Kind of motivate them, inspire them.
Exactly.
Now, what if somebody's going to have a big event, and part of the big event, they say, oh man, we don't have a microphone or speakers or anything. Let's hire a DJ and we'll use his. So.
Well, you just call me. I have everything needed. I have tables, I have linens, I have wireless microphones that I let people use.
So you have more than just the DJ part. You have the linens and tables and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I don't have like every color linen, but you know, I got enough to get me through.
You have the good colors, all
Yes,
right? The good
yes,
ones, the important ones.
the elegant ones.
Now, there's something else that I see at a lot of weddings, and that's the photo booths. You have something to do with that, too.
Yeah, I have actually have two photo booths, a red one and a pink one, as you see right there. That's a wedding party, having a blast. You know, you can, with my booths, you can fit about 10 to 12 people.
Okay.
It's more of an open air. The one on the left there, that's for a breast cancer event I did in October of last year. And that's me being goofy. You know, I try to fit in. That was a Halloween gig.
That's right
so
before you lost your hair.
Yeah, exactly.
apparently,
You know,
so.
and it's
Now, when you say photo booth, is this when they go in and close the curtain?
close the curtain, or they can have it open air.
Do they have to
and
put quarters in?
No.
But it's like that style?
It's like
Just
that
come
style.
out with the strip?
strips.
That's
Yep,
very
there's
cool.
the strips.
That's a fun memory from a wedding or any event
Yeah.
you're having. So have a photo booth there.
Some events, I always tell people it's their only memory if they had too good of a time.
All these people have that. They're doing the you know, what do you call, selfies and stuff.
Yeah.
But that stays in the phone forever.
Yeah.
And we don't have that often where we get to hold a picture in our hand.
Yeah.
And this is one of the rare ones now that you get a picture in your hand. I mean, you could send in your pictures, but nobody does.
Nope.
But once you get that strip of pictures in your hand, you never throw it away ever.
No.
20 years from now, you're going to have that. So call the photo booth, get that memory going.
And what you can do too with the photo booth, it's really cool. You can customize it and put your name, the date, and we can customize the home screen to say, "Welcome to so and so's wedding." You know,
Or
really
a special
customize it.
event. I saw a corporate event with a photo booth
Yes.
recently, and that was very cool. That, you know, people there and having a couple drinks, and, you know, what do we do now? Hey, let's jump in the photo booth, and we have that memory. And it said it had the company logo and stuff. And
Yep.
That's kind of cool.
And it's something that, like I said, and like you're saying, just a memory you'll have forever. And I always tell people it also makes a really good bookmark as long as you're not a Kindle reader.
Okay, so DJ, you do some weddings, and also you have some things for weddings and events like tablecloths and tables and stuff like that. You'll take the photo booth out if they request that and arrange it. You'll do your master of ceremony services.
Yes.
I mean, if you just need an MC, call James Scott for that. What else can we talk about that you do that
Gosh,
you can offer?
well, basically, feel free to Google LeRoy Productions, and you'll see all my
LeRoy
Yelp
Productions.
reviews and my videos that I've done with you,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, my Facebook page, my website, all that good stuff. And if you're ever in need of a DJ for
DJ,
anything,
MC, photo booth, anything.
and I bring the same energy for a party of 5 as a party of 500.
That'd be
You know,
great.
and
Well, let's talk for a minute how they reach you. You said they could Google you, but is there a Facebook or a web page? What's the best way?
I have www.djleroyproductions.com is my website, or I do have Facebook, and feel free to check me out on Facebook. Like my page; it's a lot of fun.
What's the best search they can put? James Scott or DJ
I just
Leroy?
Leroy Productions.
Like Leroy?
Leroy.
All one word.
Yep.
And
then
you do all over the valley, anywhere.
Yes.
And the coast, too.
I go as far north as Redding, as far south as Bakersfield, Santa Cruz, Monterey, Fresno. I'm actually in Fresno next week, so for a wedding, and then the next day I'm in Reno.
And those beach ones, they really need a pro out there because there's
Oh, yeah.
things you need that you don't find sometimes, like a wall plug or something.
Yeah,
You don't want on your wedding day for some inexperienced guy running, well, if I can't plug in, I can't do you need
Yeah.
a guy who's done it.
Yeah, and can be a problem solver on the spot.
I used to play guitar, classical guitar at weddings. I always said I'm the best because everything's already gone wrong for me. Whatever could go wrong, I'm ready. I had plugs, extension cords, power strips, extra guitar, you know, whatever you need, you know, what's going to go wrong. And the new guys were always cheaper, but they couldn't handle those. And there's always something, isn't there?
It's electronics. They get moody, especially if you do a wedding that's outside in hot weather. It's always good to have backup equipment and having some extra batteries and extra cords. And I always bring more than enough.
Yep.
And that way, if I run into a problem, I can solve it and never let them see you sweat.
Right. Always be cool. Nope. This happens all the time. It's a bride's day. She's nervous. You
Yes.
don't wanna,
It
hey,
is
bride, I can't plug in. I don't know. There's no sound.
It is entirely her day.
Yeah.
You know, it's the groom's job just to show up.
And the DJ.
And the DJ, of
Yeah.
course. And I'm in charge of making sure the day is goes smoothly because that saying you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
You know, a DJ can make or break a day,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
if you really research what they've done and see crowd reactions, that's the best way to.
Well, that's why we like to encourage people to go to our YouTube page, and you could see the person talking. You can see James Scott. Sees a grown up and not a a kid. Just I'm a DJ. Everybody's a DJ these days. They all say they have their iPhone. I got everything right here.
And what's funny is, I've heard of stories where people have shown up and DJ'd off of an iPhone or an iPod, and when you hire a DJ, you want to see equipment up there. You want to see personality. They need to be. They're in charge of the party. So if you want a good vibe, you got to make sure you get somebody that's confident and likes to have fun. And I always tell people
That's part of it.
If you want a boring wedding, don't hire me because
we're going to have some fun. So yeah, and if you're a professional DJ, you're going to have a ton of equipment. You're going to have a ton of stuff, not just an iPod or something.
Yes.
The pros who make their living, their livelihood, they have an investment in their business because they're going to be here a while. And that's James Scott. Call James Scott. What's your phone number, by the way?
It is area code 510-681-4105. I don't know what that spells, but I'll just tell you the numbers.
Doesn't spell Leroy. I can tell you
Doesn't
that
spell
for sure.
Leroy, no.
DJ Leroy, James Scott. Google him. Find him on Facebook. Go to our YouTube channel. I think we have a video of him there. And if you still can't find him, call us here at Central Valley Talk, and we'll put you in touch with James Scott, best DJ, the best entertainer in
That's
that
right.
field. And we support him and endorse him and recommend that you use him. We'll be back with more on the Mike and Athena show right after this.